What's up, WWE Sphere family? You need to hear this. Nick Aldis just dropped a bombshell announcement that has sent shockwaves through the entire WWE Universe, and it involves none other than Damian Priest and the most brutal match of the year, WarGames. This changes everything we thought we knew about the upcoming premium live event. Stick around because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. But before we dive into this massive news, if you're new to WWE Sphere, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we bring you the latest breaking news, exclusive analysis, and everything you need to stay ahead in the wrestling world. And don't forget to smash that like button if you're excited about WarGames. Alright, let's set the scene here. WarGames has become one of the most anticipated events on the WWE calendar. We're talking about steel, chaos, and absolute carnage inside two rings surrounded by one massive cage. This isn't just any match, this is where careers are made, rivalries reach their boiling point, and superstars put everything on the line. Now, Damian Priest has been on an absolute tear lately. The former World Heavyweight Champion has been navigating one of the most compelling character arcs we've seen in recent memory. After his split from the Judgment Day, after the betrayal by Finn Balor, and after everything he's been through with that toxic faction, Priest has been on a path of redemption and destruction. The Archer of Infamy has made it crystal clear, he's not here to make friends anymore. He's here to punish those who wronged him and prove that he never needed the Judgment Day to be a dominant force in WWE. His recent performances have been nothing short of spectacular, showing a level of aggression and intensity that reminds us exactly why he was world champion in the first place. But here's where things get interesting. SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, who's been making waves with his no-nonsense approach to running the blue brand, has been keeping a close eye on the WarGames situation. And let me tell you, what he announced has left the entire WWE Universe buzzing. So here's what went down. During a recent SmackDown episode, Nick Aldis called a special meeting backstage. Now, we've seen Aldis handle situations with a firm but fair approach. He's all about giving superstars opportunities but also making sure there are consequences for actions. According to multiple reports and insider sources, Aldis made an announcement regarding Damian Priest's status heading into WarGames that nobody saw coming. The general manager has been dealing with the fallout of various factions jockeying for position, trying to secure their spots in the WarGames match, and managing the absolute chaos that comes with this type of high-stakes environment. The announcement specifically addressed Priest's eligibility and his potential role in the upcoming WarGames match. Now, here's what makes this so devastating. Aldis has apparently placed certain stipulations on Priest's participation that could completely change the landscape of the match. Sources close to the situation suggest that Aldis expressed concerns about Priest's recent aggressive behavior and the way he's been handling his business. While nobody questions Priest's talent or his right to seek revenge against those who betrayed him, there's apparently been some backstage incidents that caught Aldis's attention. The general manager, being the strategic mind that he is, understands the value that Damian Priest brings to any match. At 6'5", 250 pounds of pure athleticism, Priest is the kind of competitor who can change the entire dynamic of WarGames. His combination of power, agility, and that mean streak we've been seeing makes him one of the most dangerous men in WWE today. But Aldis also has to think about the bigger picture. WarGames isn't just about individual grudges, it's about team cohesion, strategy, and making sure the match delivers for the fans. And that's where this announcement gets really interesting. Let's break down what this means for the WarGames landscape. First and foremost, if there are restrictions or special conditions placed on Damian Priest, this affects multiple storylines that have been building for months. Think about it, Priest has been targeting the Judgment Day relentlessly. Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and the rest of that group have been looking over their shoulders knowing that Priest wants payback. WarGames would be the perfect setting for Priest to unleash years of frustration and betrayal in the most brutal environment possible. But if Aldis's announcement changes Priest's status, we have to consider several scenarios. Is Priest being held out of the match entirely? That seems unlikely given how important he is to the current storylines. Is he being placed on a specific team whether he likes it or not? That could create some fascinating tension and drama. Or, and this is where it gets really spicy, is Aldis implementing some kind of special stipulation that makes Priest's participation conditional? Maybe he has to prove he can work as part of a team. Maybe he has to show restraint and strategic thinking rather than just blind aggression. The timing of this announcement is crucial too. We're in the final stretch before WarGames, which means every decision made now has massive ramifications. Teams are being finalized, strategies are being developed, and everyone is trying to gain any possible advantage. For Priest personally, this has to be incredibly frustrating. The man has been fighting to reclaim his identity and his status after being manipulated and eventually discarded by the Judgment Day. He's proven he can hang with anyone on the roster. He's shown he has the killer instinct needed to succeed at the highest level. And now, just when he's ready to step into arguably the most important match of the year, there's this huge question mark hanging over his head. From a storytelling perspective though, this is absolutely brilliant. It adds another layer of drama and unpredictability to an already stacked WarGames event. Fans are now wondering not just who Priest will team with or face, but if he'll even be in the match at all. The WWE Universe has had some strong reactions to this news, and honestly, I don't blame them. Social media has been absolutely blowing up with theories, speculation, and passionate opinions about what this means for WarGames. One camp of fans is absolutely furious, arguing that Priest has earned his spot through his performances and his compelling storyline. They feel like any restrictions placed on him are unfair and undermine the momentum he's built. These fans are pointing to his incredible matches, his character development, and his importance to the current narrative landscape as reasons why he should be given free rein heading into WarGames. Another group of fans is actually praising Nick Aldis for this move, seeing it as smart management. They argue that Aldis is showing he's not afraid to make tough decisions and that he's thinking about the overall quality and safety of the premium live event. These fans trust that whatever stipulations or conditions Aldis has put in place will ultimately lead to better storytelling and a more satisfying payoff. Then there's a third group that's just excited about the unpredictability this brings. Wrestling is at its best when we genuinely don't know what's going to happen next, and this announcement certainly creates that sense of uncertainty. These fans are here for the drama and the speculation, and they're loving every minute of it. What's really interesting is seeing how this has sparked broader conversations about authority figures in WWE and how they should handle volatile situations. Aldis has established himself as a general manager who isn't just there to make matches, he's actively involved in storylines and making decisions that have real consequences. Content creators across the wrestling community have been churning out videos and articles analyzing every possible angle of this situation. Everyone has their own theory about what's really going on and what it means for the future. That's the beauty of wrestling, we all get to be part of the conversation and share our perspectives. So where do we go from here? That's the million-dollar question, WWE Sphere family. WarGames is rapidly approaching, and the pieces are still moving on the board. Damian Priest now finds himself in a position where he has to navigate not just his rivalries and his desire for vengeance, but also the political landscape of WWE management. How he responds to Aldis's announcement will tell us a lot about his character and his priorities. Will Priest accept whatever conditions have been placed on him and prove he can be a team player? Will he rebel against authority and create even more chaos? Or will he find some clever way to work within the system while still pursuing his personal vendettas? The beauty of this situation is that it opens up so many storytelling possibilities. We could see Priest form unexpected alliances. We could see him clash with authority figures in ways that add new dimensions to his character. We could even see this lead to a major swerve that nobody sees coming. And let's not forget about the other superstars involved in the WarGames picture. The Judgment Day obviously has to be watching this situation closely. Other potential team members or opponents are surely taking note of how things develop. Every decision Priest makes now affects the entire WarGames ecosystem. One thing's for certain, Nick Aldis has positioned himself as a major player in this storyline. Whether fans love him or hate him for this announcement, he's generated massive interest and conversation. That's exactly what a good authority figure should do. Create drama and stakes without overshadowing the talent. WWE Sphere family, we are living in some incredibly exciting times in professional wrestling. The Damian Priest situation heading into WarGames is just one example of how WWE is creating layered, complex storytelling that keeps us all hooked. What do you think about Nick Aldis's announcement? Do you think it's the right move? How do you see this affecting WarGames? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear all your theories and predictions. Make sure you're subscribed to WWE Sphere so you don't miss any updates as this situation develops. We'll be covering every twist and turn leading up to WarGames. Hit that like button, share this video with your fellow wrestling fans, and as always, stay tuned to WWE Sphere for all the latest news and analysis. Until next time, this has been WWE Sphere, and I'll see you in the next video.